Today, I'm gonna be answering all you guys' what's wrong with her? What's on her arms and her legs? Ew. And all of those weird questions about my scars and what happened to my body. Hello guys, I'm Charlie if you're new, welcome back. And today's video is gonna be a story time, and a lot of people ask me about this. It's hard to talk about, but I feel I'm ready. So, what happened on my arms and my legs? There's a lot of scars on my arms and my legs, so let's get into that. While I do my makeup, I'm gonna use the primer. Okay, so now I was grade 4. I was depressed for a little while, but I didn't tell anyone because, nobody would believe me. I'm grade 4. Do you even know what that is? But I did, okay? And then in grade 6, 2020, the night before my birthday, I was very depressed. I didn't do good on birthdays and occasions like that, or Christmas, stuff like that. I didn't do good on them. And that was the first time I cut myself. I'm just gonna say did it, but you know what I mean. That's the first time that I did it. I wanted to see how it felt like, and it's never just I want to see how it feels like. So it happened a lot after that. I asked my mom to go see a therapist, which I'm so glad I had the guts to do. But that therapist was just so not. She wasn't for me. It was like a child therapist, and she just concentrated on the wrong things, like adolescence. And I knew it wasn't something like adolescence. Adolescence did play a big role in it, making it worse, but I knew it wasn't just adolescence. It couldn't be. So I also went through a hard time when I was younger with people having addictions. And that also played a big role in my life and why I also got depressed and the trauma leading up to it, and the mental illnesses. So I told my mom she's not the right therapist for me. Can I please see someone else? And she was like, okay. So I went to this therapist. We're just gonna name her Sarah. So I saw Sarah for a while, and she used to always guilt trip me. She used to always guilt trip me into saying I'm wrong. Girl, I know I'm wrong, but can you at least give me a little bit support, defend me? And every time I was sad or I said, listen, I have urges to, she says, okay, you're going to a mental hospital. So this was a year later, almost a year later exactly. It was May, the 12th of May, and I said, hey, listen, I have urges. Her first option was straight away to send me to a mental hospital. I was 11 at this time, and it was May, again, my birthday month. So I was in the mental hospital on my 12th birthday. I still remember I had a Hello Kitty cake, and I begged the nurses and the doctors to come out on my birthday, and that was the worst mistake ever because that night I fell into a psychotic episode. My first ever psychotic episode, and nobody knew what was going on. My family is new to this, okay? My family has never experienced doing what's happening right now. We're all so new to this. I'm 12 at this point, but I'm freshly 12. I don't know what's going on, but I'm seeing stuff. I'm seeing stuff against the wall, and my dad is looking like a demon. It was just so scary. Right, so the day after that, they wanted to send me back, but there was no space. I also wanted to go back because I was this isn't normal. I cannot handle this. my parents said they don't trust me enough to let me stay in my room alone, so I had to stay downstairs. And and I only had like 1 hour of phone time a day, because like a lot of therapists would say it's your phone, it's your phone, it's your phone, which it wasn't really. But like not being on your phone does also help, guys, because otherwise, okay, so just don't be on your phone as much, but your phone actually does have something to do with it if you're on it the whole time. But I'm not saying that's why you're depressed necessarily, but it's not a good coping mechanism. Stay like that for a while, and then in that room was the first time I tried to, and ended up in the hospital. I tried that before, but like in 2020, but I don't know, it didn't, I just slept it off, I guess. But that day was the first time I ended up in the hospital because I drank too much pills. I was still 12. It was the same year, I think. Probably it was the same year. But I was obviously in an emergency room for like 8 hours, like getting detoxed and stuff. And then I was put in the general ward for a few days until they found a space or a bed for me at Akiso. And then I went there. The first time I was there, it was a right experience, you know. I had a very good friend support group, I guess. But yeah, mental hospitals are not fun. It's not like a vacation. It's actually very traumatizing, letting other people see you in a fragile state like that, and seeing other people in their most fragile state. Like, I've seen so many seizures, but I don't know what seizures, but like hallucin, like just mental health. I saw a lot of stuff, okay? I can make a whole separate video of stuff I saw in a mental hospital and stuff I still dream about. I still dream about it sometimes. Anyways, I was there for 2 weeks, and then I came out. It's good for a while after the mental hospitals, but you know, it always came back. And then what did I do after that? Then a few months went by, you know. Well, in this time, I was doing that every day, like to the point where, trigger warning, there wasn't space anywhere on my body. There literally wasn't space. But throughout the day, I mean, in school, guys, like, it was bad in the mornings. Like, every time I was sad, which was also constantly, I would do it. And I was so also, while this time I was in different mental hospitals, they put me on different medications. It was really freaking with my brain. Like, I was literally tweaking out because of so many medications. I had a lot of medications, and I do still drink a lot of medications. I stopped seeing Sarah because she just wanted to keep sending me to a mental hospital, and I was like, no. And my mother was like, no. So I went to my current therapist, which he is amazing, guys. Only therapist, you have to find a therapist that works for you, and then trust me, therapy actually does help. And obviously stuff still happened. I still try to commit, but you know, he didn't guilt trip me anymore and keep sending me to mental hospitals, which is good. So I landed up in the ICU this one time, and they then said I had COVID, which I didn't, by the way. They false diagnosed me with COVID. But yeah, I was in ICU. I'm sorry if I'm going in circles. It's just, I haven't done a full story on everything in like a while, or ever actually. So just give me a break, please, guys. It's starting to get a little bit hard to talk about it because it sounds so like unbelievable, but anyways, I was in ICU at least 7 times. because of me trying to literally end it. I was sent to Akisa again on my last time, which was 2 years ago, November, December. I had a massive psychotic episode, and I tried to did it again. I also tried to drink bleach once. It just doesn't work if it's not your time, so don't even try it, because it's probably not gonna work, even though it feels like it's your time. Like, anyways, after that I was sent to Kiso, and I was not in a good state there. I didn't remember anything, but I knew they couldn't handle me, so I was sent to another psych ward in Krugersdorp, which is very far from my house. It's like 2 hours, but yeah, 2 hours away. I was put in the ward 4, which is the scariest ward, the worst ward, and where the crazy people are. I still have nightmares about this, guys. I'm not even joking. I'm as real as it can get, and I'm not joking. I still have nightmares about it. So I was in a psychotic episode, but I don't remember anything, but I don't think I was bothering anyone that badly. I mean, to lock me in my room for like, I don't know how long it was. I lost track of time. I was locked in that room with literally just a bed, and that's it. A bed and a big door that is lockable, like one of those metal doors. Those sinks, like a prison bathroom basically, and like a button that you push like this with, like, literally just like there's holes in the wall and water comes out, so you don't have any place to, So after, I don't even know how long I was in there, they put me in the children's ward. That was, those people wanted to send me, those doctors wanted to send me to the trouble teen industry in Nelspruit. They told my mom I'm a rebel. They told my mom why I did it, which is, and my dad, and it's very personal. I'm not gonna say what happened. It's super personal, guys. And they were definitely not supposed to know that, and they were definitely not allowed to say that, because my life wasn't in danger, and nobody else's life either. So they really had no right in telling that to my parents, and then telling them I'm a rebel and trying to send me to the trouble teen industry. I was almost sent there a few times because I'm not the most easy child. When I got diagnosed, well, at the first time I was at AQ, I got diagnosed with bipolar. Depression bipolar, if we wanted to be specific. So basically it's where I have more depressive episodes and not that high of manias than bipolar mania. Then you have high mania episodes and depressive episodes, but the depressive episodes are not that high, The mania episodes take the spotlight. I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, but they struggled to diagnose me for years because I'm not 18, and at the time, adolescence, but it finally got at a stage that high and that worse that they could diagnose me, at least, because now I know what's wrong with me, and if you got your diagnosis, don't live by IPPD. You have it, but you don't have to live by it. I mean, don't let it interfere in your everyday life as much as it is already doing, Anyways, so you're finally, when I started my modeling, I made so many promises that I was gonna stop cutting myself, but I couldn't, because it's an addiction. It really was. And then when I started, Then I also got into a car crash and I have surgery marks on my left side and right side, but that's for another time and another very interesting story time. So tell me if you want that story time down below. So when I started my modeling and stuff, that's when I actually stopped. And also when I met my current boyfriend. For real, those two are my lifesavers. And now I don't even know how long I'm clean. I'm clean for like a while, actually, like a long while. So I still go to therapy and I still drink my medication, but I'm feeling positive and I'm always here if you want to talk. I love giving advice. And thanks for watching. Now you know why I have so many marks on my arms. So don't ask me what's wrong with me again. And also, if it's very offensive, just a by the way to you guys, don't ever tell someone, at least I'm not full of marks, because it really does hurt a person and they really will slap you across the face. And also, just don't talk about people's arms in general. You don't know what's their backstory. You don't know anything about it really. So just always keep quiet and be friendly and stay positive. Bye guys. Love you guys.